Dear Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear host, Mr. Jadran Lenarčič, welcome everyone and thanks for being here. Each time we try to share new knowledge and good experience from both countries, Italy and Slovenia, trying to bring us together and enlarge our common European ground.
Effectiveness and speed in the propagation rate of innovative processes are of essence to compete in the new global environment. We know that the internet and the digital technologies contribute to modernize very rapidly national economies.
In absolute numbers, Slovenian investments in science and technology transfer are lower than the cost of a Spanish football player. They say this is because of the crisis. In my opinion, the reason is in poor understanding of the importance and of the mechanisms that stimulate innovation from research, and as a result, there is no will to do this.
One Italian out of 3 never use a computer. It's a huge number. And like more than 24 million Italian. Almost nobody in the world, and almost nobody in Italy knows that in 1964, the first personal computer in history has been invented and manufactured in Italy. It has not been invented in Silicon Valley, it has not been invented at the MIT in Boston, not either in Germany, but in Italy, in Ivrea, by 4 young Italian engineers. There are almost officially 4,000 startups in Italy. And we are starting putting a lot of money in startups. Next week, 220 million euros will be available for startups in the terms of zero interest loan.
My first startup, Zemanta, was one of the first ones who received foreign investments in UK and London, and that was in 2007, 2008. Since then, Slovenian startups have emerged significantly. Last year, foreign investors invested roughly $60 million, 50 million euros in Slovenian founders who have no history, who have no track record. They have a good story and a semi-proven business model. The sad story about this is that by far the majority of those startups who are funded by Slovenian investors, who employ Slovenian employees, had to move to UK or US in order to receive that money.
ICT in Slovenia, just a couple of figures, perhaps you all know them. It's important for us as the administration. There are 31,000 employees in different fields, 5,000 in trade. We have some challenges in public administration too, and we defined 5 priority areas. Smart industry 4.0, smart cities, smart buildings, smart uses of sources, and health.
We were able to create 5 working teams, putting together 50 different companies, sometimes competitors in different fields, create with the help of a consultant to give them methods to develop products using the cross technology, the fertilization between company to share experience and so on, even if in a different fields. And this now we have one pilot product from one of these groups. So it's 50 companies that we involved in this training and development program.
I will talk a little bit more about our products, which are covered under the brand Fumis, and we supply also to a lot of Italian customers that are controllers, electronic controllers for biomass combustion. And because Italy has, or Italian companies, they have 70% of the world market. Also, together with those Italian companies, we succeed also to be a market leader in this very niche market. Because of that, also we contribute on one European project where we are setting a new European legislation regarding that.
I started to develop Meta much more working on exploitation of research and investing into the exploitation of research. After talking about 10 years about business angels in Italy, at some point 9 of us, we decided, okay, let's do it ourselves, because the government is there, the support is there, the development agencies, the structural funds, the European Commission, and so on and so forth. And then 9 of us said, okay, are we ready to put 100,000 euro each on the table for the next 3 years? And then we said yes, and so 900,000 euro were on the table. And today, after 5 years, Italian Angels for Growth is the largest angel group in Italy by far, and one of the largest in Europe. We are 125 people, and we have already invested 27 million euro. So, you know, what I'm saying is that if I need to take to make sense of all what you're saying is, you know, I believe that innovation is important, research it's even more important. But unless we are able to develop entrepreneurial communities in Italy, in Slovenia, and in all these kind of countries in Europe, we are lagging far behind what it is, you know, an ecosystem that will be able to really make a difference and make an impact.
Because entrepreneurship is something which is much of the essence of the crisis that we might be going through, particularly here in Slovenia. I mean, in my profession, I always try to distinguish between investors. There are entrepreneurs and speculators. Entrepreneurs like their projects, and without entrepreneurs, project will never go and live and survive.
The places where you can manufacture and prototype objects are called Fab Labs, and this movement started at MIT 12 years ago, and now Italy is the second country in the world for the number of Fab Labs, almost 100. Slovenia in the ranking it's 0. I mean, why Fab Labs are important? For several reasons. But for instance, they are related to digital manufacturing. Are the places where you can use a 3D printer, a CNC machine, an Arduino microcontroller, and build your own project.
Clustering, Fab Labs, entrepreneurship. I think we have quite an agenda for the government. Do you have any synthetic, please, viewpoint on this?
I was happy with the remarks of Mr. Amalti that the market manifestation will show which is the right way. I think we Slovenes were much better suitable to the previous European agenda, which was pre-financing the possible efforts in infrastructure. And the Europe 2020 is addressing to finance the results.
You know, this Fab Lab initiative from the Friuli region is a good example. We were discussing earlier, Italy has legislation crowdfunding, and Slovenia have not got a legislation. We can help. We did it. We were a pioneer. As usual, if you go first, you make some mistakes. You have to adjust. We're doing that, and actually Riccardo Luna is a big engine in this adjustment. We're trying to make it simpler, easier, and definitely we can work with Slovenia on this. Definitely, to a higher level, the cooperation of research to research center, the one we're seeing in this building with University of Bologna, University of Naples, it's another area of work that is very important. And also, Riccardo Luna announced this new measure from the Italian government to provide zero-cost financing for startups. Again, coupled with the attempt to attract startuppers and digital entrepreneurs, I'm sure that if we work hard and we put together two community, and we will, as each work on this, also we have our own startup community, our own Twitter account, just putting together these two ecosystems, two communities, I'm sure we will see in the next couple of years a good number of Italo-Slovenian initiative and digital startups.